go to a doctor, be your own advocate, get people involved in helping out with, your circle of caregivers. And the sooner that you get on things, I think the better ultimately your quality of life can be as you move down the road.
What is pulmonary fibrosis? Pulmonary fibrosis, or PF, is the common term used to describe a large family of diseases that cause inflammation and scarring in the lungs. The medical term is interstitial lung disease, or ILD.
Initially, I think a lot of the issues had to do with being lightheaded and some nausea, just feeling not right in a way that he couldn't actually describe. He did a lot of various different doctor appointments. I think initially it might have been misdiagnosed as a potential heart situation. There's heart issues in our family and tests and evaluations that led to finally getting to the aspect of lungs. He's the type of guy that needed time to process the diagnosis and the terminal nature of what it was, and didn't feel comfortable to share it with my mom or my brother and I for a long time. He documented a lot of the details, and we were surprised one day to find a note, because he was keeping track of his appointments and things, to note that his actual diagnosis and awareness was years earlier. I think he took comfort in hearing from other people that were living with the same diagnosis and finding out what they were doing.
My father-in-law was the guy who, if he got a bee in his bonnet about anything, he was a researcher, and he would find out anything and everything that he could.
He really stepped up his exercise. He would do indoor, outdoor walking, and really, I think, prolonged his situation and his quality of life, and in many cases was, getting the gold stars at his appointments for the amount of activity that he was doing. So he was very active, coming out to our kids' events and trying to get together with friends. He was a retired vice principal, so he kept in touch with a lot of the staff members, and they would do walks around Two Good Pond and other places, and he would participate in as much as he could. And when he couldn't, he would continue to go out for the lunches and the coffees. There were some people that made a tremendous difference for him, and others that were rushing through the process. With some, it was a pleasant experience, I think, that he looked forward to. There was some joking. He really enjoyed one of the doctors who would come to visit. They had a good connection with the Toronto sports teams.
I think thing number one is to go and investigate the situation as quickly as possible, and to ask questions. Like in all areas of healthcare nowadays, if you're not driving the bus is driving you, and it may not take you to the right place at the right time, so to speak. So being able to be in charge of making sure that you are investigating things on your own.
And I would just say that I think it's such a personal journey, and I know that people would handle it in different ways, and it must feel very lonely to be the person that is experiencing that on their own, and reaching out to other people. Walking in those shoes is really the only way that you could help to understand and gain some thoughts and ideas and approaches to dealing with things.